minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and liftoff. Go Falcon, go NG-24.
And liftoff, science and supplies soaring to the International Space Station aboard the SS Stephen R. Nagle.
The chamber pressures are nominal.
Vehicles pitching downrange as all 9 Merlin engines continue to perform well. Getting good call-outs now 25 seconds into today's flight.
Right now, we're about to throttle down the engines to prepare for max Q, the point of maximum aerodynamic pressure during ascent. Max Q occurs when the combination of speed and air pressure put the greatest stress on the vehicle.
Vehicle is supersonic.
There's the call out that Falcon 9 is supersonic, or moving faster than the speed of sound.
Max Q.
And there's the confirmation for max Q. So coming up next are several major events in quick succession. Main engine cutoff, stage separation, first stage flip, second engine start, boost back burn start, and fairing separation. Main engine cutoff, or MECO, as you might heard it called by Mission Control, is when those 9 engines on the first stage shut down. This is followed by stage separation, where the first and second stages are pushed apart. The first stage will then flip around using small thrusters on board so it can head back to Earth. A few seconds later, the second stage engine will ignite to continue pushing Cygnus to orbit. After that, the first stage will perform its boost back burn to steer itself back toward the landing site. Shortly after, the 2 fairing halves will separate and fall away, exposing Cygnus to space. We should begin hearing the first of those callouts here in just about 5 seconds.
Main engine cutoff.
There's main engine cutoff.
Separation confirmed.
MVAC startup.
And confirmation of MVAC ignition. We are still standing by for the call out of boost back burn. And of course, that boost back burn is what helps us steer our booster back to landing zone 40 for landing today. Right on schedule, there's confirmation of boost back start. So coming up shortly, we should hear the call out for completion of the boost back burn on board our first stage. Again, the first stage will be performing this burn for the 7th time today on its way back to landing zone 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station.
Stage 1 boost back shutdown.
There's confirmation of boost back shutdown, and we're getting great views of those grid fins deploying alongside our booster on the left-hand side of your screen.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And there's that great view of fairing separation. The grid fins are the primary mechanical tool that we use to steer the booster during the upcoming phases of flight. If you are just joining us, you're watching live coverage of Northrop Grumman's commercial resupply mission NG-24 to the space station. We had an on-time liftoff at 7:41 a.m. Eastern Time from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. In order to make its way back to land today, the Falcon 9 first stage has 2 more burns to execute. We're standing by for the call-up for the entry burn, where 3 of the Merlin engines will reignite. This helps to slow the stage down as it re-enters the upper part of the Earth's atmosphere. Following that entry burn, the booster will go through its landing burn. This is a single engine burn that brings the vehicle's speed down rapidly in order to touch back down on Earth. And of course, on the right-hand side of your screen, we continue to have great views of the MVAC engine on board Stage 2 up in space. We still have a couple of minutes to go before the entry burn, but you can see the telemetry for both the first and second stage in the bottom corners of your screen. Right now, the second stage is continuing to accelerate and increase in altitude to carry that Cygnus toward orbit. We are standing by for that entry burn call out in about 30 seconds.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
And continued callouts from Mission Control
Stage
that
2
everything
FPS is saved.
on board Stage 2 is also proceeding as planned. Now, coming up at around the 8.5-minute mark, we should hear a call out for second engine cutoff 1, or SECO 1, which is when the MVAC engine that we've been seeing periodically on the screen will shut down. That will conclude the roughly 6-minute burn by this engine that was needed to get Cygnus into the proper orbit for eventually intercepting the International Space Station.
MVAC shutdown.
Right on schedule, there's our call out for SECO 1. Now we are standing by for confirmation of our nominal orbital.
And we have a nominal orbit insertion.
Perfectly on time. That's a good orbit. So with that, I'll toss it to Sandra until we confirm payload deploy.
Thanks, Ronnie. We are now approaching the 9-minute mark into today's flight. The second stage has one last major task, commanding separation of the Cygnus XL spacecraft just a few minutes from now. Now, if you are just joining us, you're watching live coverage of Northrop Grumman's commercial resupply mission, NG-24, to the International Space Station, with over 11,000 pounds of food, fuel, and supplies for the crew aboard the International Space Station. Cygnus will be joining the Crew 12 Dragon spacecraft, which docked with the space station in February of this year.
Stage 1 entry burn startup. Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
Great views of that entry burn on your screen right now. And the booster on its way back to Earth. And confirmation of entry burn shutdown. Coming up in the next 30 seconds, we'll have the start of the landing burn for the first stage. The landing burn is the final burn of the Falcon 9 booster today, used to reduce the remaining speed of the vehicle for a gentle and precise landing.
Stage 1
We should be
FPS
hearing that
is saved.
call out for first stage landing burn in
Stage
just
1
a few
transonic.
seconds.
Stage 1 landing burn. Stage 1 landing leg deploy. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And that makes another successful landing of our Falcon 9 rocket.
To date, Cygnus spacecraft have delivered more than 158,000 pounds of cargo, equipment, and science experiments to the space station. This mission is the second flight of the larger Cygnus XL spacecraft, which can carry over 11,000 pounds of cargo. This is roughly 33% more than previous versions of Cygnus. Today's flight will deliver critical supplies as well as scientific investigations in biology, physical sciences, Earth observation, and technology development. And these missions help keep the station operating as a world-class laboratory in space. So we are standing by for payload deploy.
Payload separation confirmed.
There's confirmation from Mission Control, and of course we have that beautiful view on your screen.
But for now, that will do it for us here.